What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Derek Santiago. Real quick, if you already haven't, subscribe to my channel, hit that red bell. Make sure you hit that notification button so you can get notifications every time I post a new video. My name is, again, Derek Santiago. I am the creator of Hidden Fish Secrets, if you're just tuning in for the first time. And I like to cover a different range of topics that I've got asked over my experiences as a trainer with clients, potential clients, people on social media. So I've been doing, I got an idea to start making little presentations on YouTube, on Facebook, just, answering and giving some helpful tips on some things that I get asked. All right, so we're going to get started. The topic today is, how do I get ripped abs? Is one of the most common questions. How amazing would it be to have a flat stomach? How awesome would it be to have six-pack abs? I'm going to get into it, guys. Here are 7 tips on how to get ripped abs. If you guys don't know who I am, again, my name is Derek Santiago. I know I said that 3 times. I'm a NASM certified personal trainer. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. I lived in Washington, D.C. for 5 years. I worked for a law firm, a typical 40 hours a week. I was sitting at a desk, at a computer, wasn't really moving around as much. And while living in DC, I've decided to pursue my passion for fitness. I've always been athletic. I've always been, into sports growing up. And then when I lived in DC, I kind of got away from that a little bit. I was doing the whole corporate thing. And I just realized how I was doing the same thing over and over again, looking for a change, and realized not only myself, but everybody in that building was insane to a certain extent. But I started working back out, and, I got back to what I used to do growing up. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pursue this, and I'm just going to do this full time. We decided to become a personal trainer, and here I am. Yeah, pretty much here I am. And, after DC, the 5 years, I realized, I didn't really see much growth in me there. Although health and fitness was booming, I guess I spent a little bit more time in DC than I intended, and I was just ready to go. And my knowledge was just on the rise. And when I got here to LA, it just, it's still booming. So, health and fitness and personal training definitely led me to come out here. I specialize in corrective exercise, that deals with, rehabilitation. If you have any injuries or past injuries, mobility issues, I specialize in that. I also specialize in athletic performance. Like I said, I was an athlete. I played ball all throughout high school and growing up, as well as weight management. And my philosophy when it comes to health and wellness and overall training is, my goal is the longevity of life. Excuse me, not escaping death, but since, we just don't live a very healthy lifestyle and a lot of us are dying very, very early, my philosophy is just the overall longevities of life. And I take the everyday person and turn them into athletes, whether they decide to do anything athletic or not. That's pretty much what I do. Just a little bit about me, if you're new. All right. Let's get into it. I'm a little bit out of breath. So a lot of people feel challenged when it comes to achieving abs. All right. It's very, very frustrating for a lot of people. And most people get really, really frustrated because, a lot of people just aren't happy with how they look aesthetically. And a lot of people are overweight or obese. If you haven't checked out my previous presentation on 13 tips to getting rid of unwanted belly fat, I kind of go over that, and I'll definitely leave a link below. But yeah, aesthetically, a lot of people don't look how they want to look, nor feel how they want to feel. So, some people think, they got to consume a lower caloric intake, which to a certain extent does help. Some may go to the gym and work out, 2-3 times out the week, and still don't see any results. And that could get very, very frustrating and annoying. So why is this goal a struggle for people to achieve? Lack of consistency, lack of dedication, and just overall lack of understanding. When I say consistency, it's primarily what you do outside of the gym. A lot of people don't understand like what you do in the gym is just like the spark of your fitness and health. It's pretty much, what you do eating wise, rest wise, recovery wise, stretching wise. It's stuff like that you have to be very consistent with in order to achieve the goals of anything. If you're trying to get ripped abs, you're trying to get big, trying to lose weight, it's all about the consistency and dedication. It's very important to stay dedicated, because just because it doesn't work the first time, that doesn't mean you should stop. Even if it doesn't work the first several times, you just have to find what it is that you may either be doing wrong, it doesn't work, and just keep trying. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people give up after 1 or 2 attempts, and you just really shouldn't do that overall. You get what I'm saying? You just have to stay consistent. You have to stay dedicated. And a lack of understanding. The reason why I say a lack of understanding is because a lot of people don't know is you have to, again, it's what you do outside of the gym. And the reason why a lot of people don't understand that is because they think just because they go to the gym and they're exercising or they're supposedly, active to their standards, why don't they have, abs? Some say, I spend like 30, 40 minutes on, abs, and I still don't receive abs. And I'm like, if you're spending that much time on abs and not getting results, you're probably doing something wrong. You want to work smarter, not harder. So let's break this down in a little bit more details to a little bit more of the understanding. Understand, if you want abs, it starts with diet and nutrition, all right? Achieving the goals of anything, like I was saying, is what you do outside of the gym, and that's diet and nutrition, as well as rest and recovery. But diet and nutrition is very, very important. It does not matter how hard you go in the gym. If you're not putting the right foods in your body, all that work you put in the gym will mean nothing, all right? You can't go to the gym and then eat like crap expecting to get results, especially when you're trying to cut fat from the midsection. With women, I know from my experience, the midsection fat, as well as the thighs fat, tends to hit that area pretty quickly. So you have to be very, very careful. Men too have to be very, very careful with what you put into your body, what type of foods that you put into your body. Cut artificial sugars out of your diet. Again, in my previous presentation, I was talking about the effects of sugar. I'll also place a link to my blog that I made about Are You a Sugar Addict? But artificial sugars is, from what I've experienced, a big reason of why a lot of us struggle with weight around the midsection. Because everything, if you look at a lot of nutritional facts, has carbohydrates. And if you look at how the carbohydrates are broken down to, a lot of it is all sugars. If you read the ingredients of what kind of sugar it is, it's high fructose corn syrup, which is an artificial sugar. White sugars are bleached and they're not good for you as well. A lot of people drink a lot of juice, soda, a lot of us don't drink enough water. So since we consume liquids break down and metabolize a lot faster than solids do. So if you're drinking a lot of juice, soda, coffee, energy drinks or whatever, even protein drinks or whatever, eat a lot of candy, that's going to hit your bloodstream a lot faster, and it's going to make it a little bit harder to lose the weight. All right. Your abdomen is a muscle. Also, when training for muscle growth, diet and nutrition is key, again, along with time under tension. Time under tension is what promotes muscle growth. All right, so what I mean by time under tension is, you're not necessarily, like, example, let's say we're doing a push-up, right? And, here, elbows back, and we're pumping really, really fast, keeping the core tight, glutes tight, chest up, and we're pumping really, really fast. That's, for power and explosiveness. Let's say you want to build muscle as well as strength, but if you want to build muscle, we could take that same motion and we just slow it down at a nice controlled pace. That's time under tension. You know, you want to keep us, you don't want to necessarily fully extend all the way out. You don't want to lock out the arms. You want to keep a little bit of a bend. You want to keep that tension in that area. That's how you promote muscle growth. That's why if you like ever seen like bodybuilders, they do like a lot of like high reps, you know, low weights, high repetitions, or they'll do like supersets to triple sets or giant sets, meaning they'll do one exercise and they'll probably hit that same muscle or the secondary muscle and then do another exercise and then rest. They really shorten the amount of time of the rest and they get a lot of blood into that muscle that they're targeting. All right. It kind of applies the same way for the midsection as well. If you're doing something like sit-ups overall, you don't want to necessarily be just throwing yourselves back and, you know, coming up and down, because what's happening is you're using the momentum to get yourself up. You're not necessarily using the abdominal muscles in the core to get yourself up. So you want to kind of slow it down, want to keep your hands on your head, keep a slight bend maybe, or you can keep it across your chest. I found out across the chest a little bit easier because a lot of people tend to do this, and come up leading with your chest as far as you can. You want to feel all the muscles in the core. Keeping that time under tension as well will promote the growth in the abdominal section, as well as diet and nutrition. So I have made a guide pretty much for, you know, if you're a little self-conscious about going to the gym, if you're intimidated by going to the gym, or just intimidated by health and fitness overall, you know, some of the equipment can be confusing, the environment can be confusing. I put together a guide that you can download to your phone, tablet, or computer. It's real simple. You don't really need a gym at all. You can actually do all of this at home or at a park. You don't really need any equipment for real. Like there's resistance bands or a dumbbell, but you can do all of this with no equipment. And it's a guide that's going to pretty much help you build strength and burn fat. I'll get a little bit more into this later. All right, let's get into some 7 tips. Okay. Really important. Drink water. Most of us don't consume enough water. When the body doesn't consume enough water, the body stores water for later usage. All right. So that's what we call water weight. So a lot of us are just dehydrated. You know, we just don't drink enough water at all, which is a problem because our bodies are made up a majority of water. Water is great. It helps with blood circulation. It helps filter out the body. So it's very important that we drink a lot of water. All right. We should be drinking about like a gallon of water a day. If that's too much, I would start with about 8 cups to a liter a day and then work your way up overall. But if you drink more water, your body will then begin to release the stored water. All right. Like I was saying earlier, you want to limit sugars, consuming proteins and good fats. All right. Proteins is what build muscle. Fat is a form of energy that the body can use. So if you have extra weight on you, it's probably because your body has a lot of glycogen, pretty much stored glucose, which is stored sugar. A lot of the sugar, like I stated earlier, is coming from artificial sugars like high fructose corn syrup. So if you switch from carbs to fats as a source of energy, your body will deplete itself of stored sugar, and that's how you start to burn fat. Eating proteins is what helps build muscle. Rotational movements. All right. I don't think a lot of people may understand this. So your body is designed to move. All right. Your core, along with your glutes, helps with stability and mobility. All right. It plays a major role in rotation movements and just everyday movements at all. So when you perform rotating movements, it's a great way to work your core and keep your core engaged. And in essence, it's going to help strengthen the core as well as develop some definition in that area. Strength training, full body workouts, resistance training, body weight training. These are all excellent sources of strength training to build muscle and achieving abs. Resistance training is, strength training, if you're using any form of resistance, all right? Even when you do body weight training, that's a form of resistance. Whether you're using dumbbells or barbell, kettlebells, that is a form of resistance training. Resistance training is a great way to boost your metabolic rate. Cardio, excellent, circuit training, doing one exercise and then, rest for a short time and then go to the next, running, jogging, going for a walk, helps with blood circulation and it increases your metabolism. I really promote going for a walk because it's like the simplest form of cardio. If you don't like me personally, I don't really like walking on a treadmill, running on a treadmill, using machines. I personally play basketball to get my cardio in. But let's say, you don't really have time to go to the gym or, you have some injuries where, running or playing sports or whatever is too much, just go for a walk. Because if you're very inactive and your body is not used to being active and on the go, going for a walk for about 5 to even 10 minutes, 20 minutes is a good way to start getting your body used to being active. All right. Again, diet and nutrition, abs are made in the kitchen. Very, very important to understand that. I know I've been saying this a lot and it probably sounds monotonous, but I need to get that in your guys' head. Diet and nutrition is where it's at. All right. You don't need to perform hundreds of sit-ups or core exercises. The reason why I say that is because, again, this also ties into the understanding. You can do hundreds of sit-ups and core exercises, but if you're still eating like crap and if you're not taking care of your body, it doesn't really matter. What a lot of people don't understand is you can have a gut and still have a strong core. All right, that's very, very possible. Okay, you can have a gut and you can have body fat and be very, very agile, flexible, and mobile. It's amazing, but it's not necessarily the best healthy wise. All right, so again, you don't need to perform hundreds of sit-ups and core exercises. Strength training, resistance training, and proper diet, along with core exercises and sit-ups, is how you're going to achieve your goal. If you want abs, cook them up in the kitchen. In my Facebook group, I post daily and weekly content on there. I also post when I'm going to be going live on YouTube. Sometimes I go live on Facebook as well. So definitely I'll place a link in the comment section below for my Facebook page as well. If you haven't already, guys, don't forget, subscribe to my channel, hit that red bell. All right, let me talk a little bit more about my guide. So I made this guide pretty much for the everyday person, works 40 plus hours a week. They may work 8 to 10 hour days, family, sit at the desk, student maybe, at a computer for the most day, their head's in the book, has injuries, past injuries, mobility issues, want to build strength, burn fat, the real typical stuff from my experience of what the everyday person wants to deal with. So I made a guide where I give a food list and recipe because, again, diet and nutrition, very important. My food list and recipe is based off of a ketogenic diet where it's high fats, moderate protein, low carbs. The objective of this food list and these recipes are to and through the 21-day process. So it takes 21 to maybe 48 days to change a habit. The whole goal is to, if you follow the food list along with the recipes, and you can do your own research as well on the ketogenic diet. There's plenty of benefits. I'll also drop a link on I wrote a few blogs, and I'll leave a link in the comment section. You will then shift your body's metabolism, depleting itself of sugar and using fat as a form of energy because you'll be in a state of ketosis. I have 30 minutes of video content of where I'm performing exercises. The names, some people may not know the names, so the names will be on there as well as how to overall do them, how many reps, how many sets to do. Has nice little music on there, get you going. So definitely overall check that out. The guide also has clickable links in it. So you could click links inside the guide and they'll take you to certain destinations. Like you'll be able to have access to my Facebook group. You could post what you're eating, before and after pictures. I really encourage you to perform before and after pictures. Again, you get access to my blog as well. Plus you get a bonus video as well. All right, so the next slide is going to be a little preview of what it looks like. As you can see, I have, picture recipe. This is one of my favorite recipes, actually. A lot of these don't take too long to make, as well as the ingredients, the directions, some nutritional facts. As you can see here, I have your routine of what to do and a food list broken down into higher proteins, fibers, fats, fruits, and vegetables. I'll be leaving a link in the comment section because they won't let me play the video. But yeah, though, team, this guide is very, very helpful. It's definitely helped out a lot of my clients. This guide is $16.99. But since I'm doing a little discount where I'm giving it away 25% off, so it comes down to a little under $13. I'll be placing the link below to get to my guide. If you use the promo code Hidden Fit Secrets, it's all one word, Hidden Fit Secrets, in all caps. You use that promo code, you will get 25% off. If you have a Twitter account and you share it on Twitter, you'll get 25% off. All right. So the shared part on Twitter is just how I set it up. That if you have a Twitter account and you purchase it and you share it, you'll get 25% off. The promo code will expire in 3 days. All right. So I'm going to look in the comment section below because it's going to have the date of when it overall expires. So definitely check that out. If you don't get it before it expires, it'll be $16.99. All right, team, again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you like this content, leave a like. Please share the video. I'm not here to get you, but to assist you. I'm just here to make sure everybody's able to live their overall best life. I'm not trying to be like these other trainers out here or, fitness coaches who are just telling you real generic information and stuff like that, trying to get you guys just to overall purchase and buy. I'm just offering my services to help and assist from what I know that works. All right, so again, if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, team.